We are on our way to pick up some window inserts for a project we decided to tackle ourselves. All the windows and the doors in our house need to be replaced. My husband and I renovated this entire house with the exception of the electrical, but we neglected to do the windows. The house was built in 1992 and the windows are original to it. Recently we learned that these windows can be easily replaced just by popping out the screws and putting in new glass inserts. The previous homeowner tried to fix this window, but it didn't work. I see you looking at that hose. Yep, it's out. It's not going away till the next garden tour. And I bet you were curious about the state of our garage. Well, this is my husband's BMW project. He's got a YouTube channel he's going to be starting soon because he was inspired by Matt Armstrong. Okay, back to the windows. So these windows we recently had replaced. They were done a couple of weeks ago. And you can see that fog. That's not dirt. Oh, well, there might be a little bit of dirt because, at one point I just gave up. But the seal broke, and that happened on all of the windows in this house. So the windows constantly looked dirty. They weren't efficient anymore. So instead of replacing the entire window casing, we had a local company come out and they just replaced the glass. I didn't even know that was a thing. I also didn't want to have the inserts in the window anymore. So I asked them when they brought the glass to make sure that they didn't have anything in the center. And I really liked the effect that I got out of it. Look out that window. It looks like a picture. That's beautiful. I love not having those inserts in the windows now. Actually, after they came out and we went and looked at the front of the house, we thought that it kind of looked a little weird just because it was unfamiliar to us, but now we love it. In my next video, I'll definitely show you how we put these window inserts in all of those doors. I love driving around Nova Scotia. It's lush and beautiful. Many of our local parks and public areas have great big flower pots and beautiful trees and shrubs. This Coosa dogwood was bursting with blooms. I actually got excited and told my husband to pull over. I had to take some footage of it. I can't remember if this was 3 dogwoods or 4, but they're absolutely beautiful. And all the bushes surrounding are azaleas. One day that's going to be gorgeous. On our way back home, I had to stop at the greenhouse because I have some issues going on at my place and I have to replace some plants. Something is eating everything, and I'm pretty sure it's earwig damage, but I don't know. It could be slugs. If you know what this is, could you please tell me and tell me what to do? I have tried diatomaceous earth, and well, that's pretty much it. I don't really want to use chemicals, and I don't know what to do other than to replace plants. It's very frustrating. All of the greenhouses and garden centers around Nova Scotia are seasonal. They open at the end of April. People rush in, buy as much as they can, and within just a couple of weeks, there's not much left. By the end of June, the garden centers that were popping up in our local grocery stores, in the parking lots, well, they're finished. They're closed for the season. And the local farmers markets that supply the flowers, they're also completely sold out. So being the end of June, I was actually surprised that this particular greenhouse had as much as they did. So I was able to find some pretty leggy cosmos. I did plan on filling up my bed, which is fairly brand new, with zinnias this season. I thought that the zinnias would fill a lot of holes that I have, and considering that we're probably going to sell our house next year, I didn't want to invest in any more perennials. It's not every day you get to have a whole greenhouse to yourself. Or the whole nursery, actually. So these were the tallest annuals that they had. So I grabbed 4 packs of them, but they didn't have 4 plants in the cells anymore. A lot of them were snapped off, and these were pretty leggy. But I'll take it. We'll see where they're gonna go. This garden bed is actually pretty brand new. I started it in 2023, and that's when we put in our shed as well. The other garden, this one here, we started that one in 2022 with vegetables, but they didn't grow very well because our soil is sandy, really sandy. You can see I have a really fine layer of mulch down. That's because my sandy soil is really hot and dry. And I thought that the mulch would help keep in some of the moisture when it rains Or on, like, when we go through dry spells, sometimes I do have to water the garden, but technically I don't water. And I don't have a drip line or anything like that in this garden. Whatever grows in here has to sustain itself. This is my first time ever planting cosmos. I've never tried seeds, I've never bought them before. So seeing that root bound mess was alarming to me. I watered them, I gave them a really good soak, but actually, when I took them out of the case, I could see that the water barely touched the roots at all. I wasn't too sure how deep I could plant these, so I conferred with my ChatGPT, who is my gardening best friend, and it didn't say to plant it too deep. It's not like a tomato. So here's hoping that these are okay. Okay. So now, where do I plant these? Yes. Overhead shot of me stabbing the ground. They're now all settled in. I think they look pretty good. I hope that they fill in though. They're supposed to, they're cosmos. Last year it was the deer that ate everything. They ate the hydrangeas, they ate my roses, they ate the phlox. Anything that had a bloom on it, they ate it. I didn't think the deer would eat my zinnias, so I thought I was ahead of the game by starting seeds indoors this year.
Check out these. These are a week old today. It's their birthday. Can you believe that they're a week old? Look how cute and big they are.
These, which I have a ton of, there's whatever 3 times 12 is that 36? I don't know. Okay, I'm over it. Luckily, this year I was thinking if something failed in the garden, I need to have backups. So I planted some more zinnias and cosmos. I had these seed trays left over from all the other plants that I purchased, so I just put some soil and seeds in them and then I set them on the deck and they did better outside in 2 weeks. Okay, I have been experimenting. I started these plants by seed outside on my deck in the full sun on June 14th. Today is June 27th. Excuse me. And they're doing great. These plants or seedlings did way better than anything I grew in my house all winter long. I was really hoping to show off my peonies in my next garden tour, but they had record-breaking death time this year. Okay, I've learned my lesson. They need to be staked. They lasted literally 4 days. I was so distraught. I couldn't understand. So I cut them and put them in a vase to make them last a little bit longer. The peony blooms that just wouldn't hold their shape, I just scattered them all over the walkway. Kind of reminded me of when I was on vacation. Before I sign off, I just wanted to show you the foxgloves and a couple of other blooms that are getting ready to be cut. I'm going to give these a clipping because I don't think they can make it to the July garden tour. I'm pretty sure this is called a China rose or a tea rose. It was here at this house when we bought it in 2020 and it was in the front yard and it was struggling. It's been getting better over the years. Thanks for checking in on me today. And if you want to come back for a July garden tour, I'll have that up pretty soon. But for now, I'm going to go and continue to protect my garden by putting out my speaker on my deck. I swear this works. I just keep a podcast on, so the deer think there's somebody sitting on my deck having a chat. and they stay out of my garden and they don't eat any plants.
Before I go too far, this track up. I want to move everything up. So I'm going to right click here on track 2, click insert.